positive vibes. And I want to start by thanking, I always start, by the way, by thanking our subscribers, the returning subscribers, the new subscribers. We really appreciate you. I always tell you that. We value you, we appreciate you, and we pray for you. May the Lord bless you, may the Lord enlarge you, may the Lord shield you, may the Lord protect you together with your family. We always tell you, we don't take it for granted. You used to sit there and watch our videos. We appreciate a lot, guys. You never know how much we appreciate you. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscription button. It is free of charge. Like our videos, comment down below, and we are going to appreciate a lot. Today, I want to move from one country to the other. I cross the oceans, I cross the seas, I go to the land of Jamaica and Trinidad. Recently, Dimongo and Coco Girl, and actually Chris Masterist and Shane have been in Trinidad. Actually, they are there, if I'm not wrong. They are still there. And there is this comment section. Actually, it started from haters who started talking about the hatred between Trinidad and Jamaica. And somehow in the comment section, I saw one comment or two, but I didn't take it seriously because people comment and they don't mean anything with their comments. And therefore, I decided to investigate about Jamaica and Trinidad. And guys, I came to realize that these people have a lot in common. They can never hate each other because they have too much in common. One thing I came to realize is that these two nations, that is Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. By the way, I didn't know that Trinidad and Tobago are twin islands. I just came to know because of our YouTubers. I really respect them. So I came to realize that these two nations, these two countries have a lot in common. One, they were colonized by the same master. First, they were colonized by the Spanish government, who removed the indigenous people that had arrived there early, the Indians. And therefore, the Spanish came and actually removed the Indians who were there, who are actually the first people to arrive there, and they ruled. Later, both countries, that is Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago, the Spanish were removed from those islands, and the British people took control. And therefore, they share the same colonial masters. What does that tell us? They share a lot in terms of culture, because their culture must be influenced a lot by the people who colonized them. And not even that, guys. These people, they have a lot of Africans that were brought about by the Spanish government as slaves and also by the British government. So they have black people. They are actually black people countries. And they also have Indians. They have a lot of Afrikaners and a lot of Indians. So they share in common a lot. And they also have their own language. Jamaicans have Patois, where the Trinidad and Tobago have Creoles that we find in Haiti. So these islands share in common a lot, not just that, not their colonial masters, who actually influenced a lot about their culture, the type of food they eat, their way of life, a lot. So they share a lot in common. And not even that, guys. Even now, not those many years ago when they were being colonized, even now, imagine these people, they share a lot. They actually share a university, the West Indies University. They also share the same cricket team, Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. Can you see? You can never bring hatred amongst these people. They have a lot in common. And not even that. They share a lot of organizations. A lot of organizations like CARICOM that was created because of COVID. And I will tell you why these people can never hate each other. So they share this organization we call CARICOM. They also share CAS or SAS. I don't know whether it is CAS or SAS. They also share CELAC. These are organizations that these two islands, that is Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago, share in common. And I've told you, they also share a cricket team together. They also do a joint examination together, the Caribbean Council exam. Actually, it is an exam body, the Caribbean Council exam. They get their exams from this body, examination body. Like us in Kenya, we have what we call the NEC, Kenya National Examination Council. So we have our own exam as a country. We don't share it with East Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda. But the Caribbeans have a common exam for them. They have a common university, the West Indies. They have the same cricket team, Trinidad, Tobago, and Jamaica. And not even that, we have said that they share a lot in terms of culture, in terms of food, in terms of their language. Actually, the Patois and the Creole in Trinidad and Tobago is similar, only a few words that are different. And therefore, they have a lot in common, and they can never hate each other. So we have said they share the same culture, the same politics because of the history, and they have the same history like I have told you, and they have a common cricket team. They have a common cricket team. And you are seeing they have the same examination body. Not even that, guys. These people, when calamities strike the islands, like the hurricanes, like the COVID, like any calamity that can come their way, they hold hands and unite, and they host each other, and they help each other, and they come for each other's problem. So can you see why these two islands can never be enemies? We are the ones that are interpreting whatever they are saying, and we create an enmity that is not there. They might have differences because even us, like when we are in East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, there are some differences here and there because of competition. Like we had a difference with Uganda because of the competition of the Victoria Sea. So the Caribbeans, because they share the same tourists, the Jamaicans, the Trinidad and Tobago, although tourism in Jamaica is more than Trinidad and Tobago. But Trinidad and Tobago, they have oil. So each of these islands, they have their own advantages over the other. And therefore, they can compete because maybe of the resources, and competitions are healthy. And maybe you can see this one is more developed than this one is more larger than this one. But it is not a difference that can make them hate each other. It is just the health competition that is found in two countries that border each other. Like us and Uganda, us and Tanzania, there can be few differences because of the fact that we are neighbors and we are competing for the same resources. So that is a healthy competition. And therefore, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago, actually, some of them have intermarried. There are some Jamaicans that live in Trinidad and Tobago. There are some Trinidadians, are they called Trinis or Trinidadians, who live in Jamaica and are married there. They have actually intermarried because Trinidad and Tobago is a smaller island than Jamaica, and therefore it is most likely that they will intermarry. Yeah, they have intermarried actually. And therefore, they can never be enemies. So, the haters don't create an enmity that is not there. Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, they love each other, they embrace each other, they help each other in terms of problems. They actually are islands that are very close to each other. And they are there for each other, like I have said. And therefore, there is no enmity between Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. Actually, these islands, they have their own potential. But like Jamaica is so. that they have bauxite, apart from the tourism being more in Jamaica. They have bauxite where they get aluminium. And aluminium is a metal that is very, very variable everywhere. We use aluminium to manufacture sufurias for the electric cables, and therefore having aluminium is an asset for Jamaicans, where in Trinidad and Tobago there is oil. So these two islands, they have their advantages and their disadvantages. And there is a lot in common and very little difference between the two islands. By the way, these two islands, they have their own music. I saw that Trinidad and Tobago, they have what we call pan music, drum music, where the Jamaicans have reggae music. Can you see the way they can actually use their little differences to embrace each other and to grow each other? The Jamaicans can watch the pan music of the Trinidad and Tobago, while the Trinidad and Tobago, they can actually watch the reggae music. The Trinidad and Tobago, they can use their money that they are getting from oil to go and be tourists in Jamaica. Actually, when countries hold each other's hands, they grow more. And that is what we want to see in the Caribbean islands. A lot of love, a lot of embracing each other, a lot of assisting each other to grow in their individual strengths and weaknesses. That is what we call love. Love that has no boundary, because competition can be there, but health competition. And therefore these two islands, I found there is a lot of bond. There is a strong bond that joins them that cannot be separated by the hatred in social media or hatred in what we are hearing here in social media. So guys, that is what I realized about these two islands. And they are doing great, by the way. They are doing great. And by the way, Jamaicans, because I know you watch me a lot, and Trinidadians, I want to tell you guys that you are very, very advantaged. Maybe unlike some of the countries in Africa, because you have a lot of resources, number one. You have very beautiful countries. I have seen Jamaica, almost all of it now. I have seen a bit of Trinidad and Tobago, and they are beautiful islands. They have a lot of white people, and the white people can influence a lot positively. We have seen South Africa has grown more than the other African countries because of the whites being there. They bring a lot of, I don't know what I can say, but where they are, there is a lot of development than like the countries like us, where they are not there, and actually I would say that you are advantaged in terms of the beauty of your country, in terms of the landscape of your countries, a lot of mountains, a lot of falls, a lot of beaches, a lot of tourist attraction destinations. And apart from that, like Jamaica, they have bauxite. Like Trinidad and Tobago, they have oil. So you have a lot of potential of growing each other and being the strongest island we can ever think about. I was looking at Cuba, just by the way, and I found that Cuba is a very, very rich island because of the doctors, and I think Cuba has also resources just like the other islands. And someone was saying Cuba would have been the Dubai we have today. And Jamaica, Trinidad, and the other islands can be the Dubai we have today. If we can embrace each other, be positive, and help each other to grow. And that is what we would embrace. And even in Africa, here where we are, if we can actually embrace love, shun away corruption, shun away a lot of selfishness, shun away a lot of competition, unhealthy competition, we would be very, very far away as countries of Africa and countries of the Caribbean. I tell you the truth. Unity is power. And when we divide, we will not go very far away. That is about Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica that we all love. Now let me come to Kenya. And I go all the way to Nyambohanse. Do you know, guys, we can never stop talking about Nyambohanse, because every day there is something to talk about. Every day there is something on these streets about Nyambohanse. There is this guy who calls himself Masubo. And I'm going to mention him because it's not a lie. I watched this man. I don't watch him, by the way, but I saw somewhere that he had posted a photo of Congrats mom naked. I don't know where he got the photo, but I saw that on the streets of social media. And I really felt bad, and maybe what was a photo shoot shot in Naitangwaje. What are they called? What are they called? You take somebody's picture and you put it there. Is it Photoshop? Something like that. Because I cannot imagine that this guy can get a picture, a real picture of Congrats mom naked. That is no way. And therefore this guy, I was interested to listen to him and see what is this guy all about. And I found him talking about Congrats dad. And he has been talking about Congrats dad and talking about him and saying that he has been sent away from his house. And I think I said that yesterday. But what surprised me, he also came to the streets, to these streets, and said that he has seen Congrats dad and Uncle Mo in their town there in Nyambohanse. And he was actually saying that he doesn't know whether they were going away or they were coming back. You see how confusing this guy is. And by the way, I don't usually downplay somebody or try to bring somebody down. But I think this guy is very weird. First of all, he attacks this family and talks about Congrats dad having beaten Congrats mom and a lot of shenanigans. Actually, he had put a heading that David Jr. has been influenced by Congrats mom to actually beat Congrats dad or be against the father. But we all see Congrats dad actually speaking with David Jr. because of the pressure that has been on these streets of social media about Congrats dad. Because Congrats dad did not want to come to social media, but because of the pressure, David Jr. brought Congrats dad in the streets of social media. And when the Congrats dad was brought, this guy went ahead and said that Congrats daddy was not happy. He was forced. Can you imagine? A more than 60-year-old man being forced to talk. You know, this guy is just crazy. That Congrats dad was forced to talk and he was not happy. I don't know how this guy measures the amount of happiness in a person, or whether he has a machine or I don't know how he measures whether somebody is happy or not. Because he came to tell us, it's like Congrats dad did not want to come to the streets. And by the way, this guy is funny because when he was brought to these streets to be criticized, he started threatening people, actually saying that he's going to kill them. And the people whom he was threatening actually said he was actually so serious because it's like they have his history. I don't want to talk about it because I don't know. It's like they have a history of this guy having done some weird things wherever he was coming from. And then he comes to the streets to talk about a family and actually talk about deep stories inside the house, which he's not sure of. Because he was actually guessing and saying, Congrats dad is not happy, and therefore he was forced to come and talk, and therefore they are not in good terms with the wife, they are not in good terms with the children, they are just pretending to come here and show us they love one another. You, Masubo, you are completely sick because you don't want to be mentioned in social media. While you tell lies and convert lies and try to twist lies to show us how this family is not happy. You are the one who is unhappy and you want to bring your unhappiness to the other family. And he went ahead and brought a video where the Mwango was actually speaking to the dad and the dad was laughing. You don't laugh every time you are talking unless you are abnormal. There are times you talk without laughing. There are times you get enticed by what people are saying and you laugh. I don't expect the conversation between David Jr. and the father to make him laugh because there was nothing funny. But the conversation between the father and the Mwango was funny. Because actually the Mwango was talking about a verse in the Bible and she was talking about how it motivates her and it was funny. And the dad was laughing. But when it is David Jr. talking to the father about people asking where he has been, and the father says, I'm here, I've been busy, I've been working, I'm even going to work right now. Is there something funny funny to laugh about there? This guy is just sick. And by the way, the English he speaks, he should first polish his English. I think he does not understand what people are saying when they are speaking. I'm sorry to say that because I don't want to bring him down and to look like I am downgrading him. But I think when he's listening to these people, he does not really understand what they are saying, and he comes to report it in a negative way, but it is not what was being said. So, Masubo one, sober up and stop talking about people, because it's like you are being paid to talk about people. Because I heard you saying there are people who have supported you to build the house you are building, and you are actually saying, telling them thank you for providing money for you to build. If you're being given money, eat your money, eat your food, sleep, and mind your business. It's good that people are supporting you, but don't bring negative stories so that you can continue being supported. That is very, very wrong. It is uncouth. It's not healthy. Because one day, when you are attacked, you also felt bad. People also feel bad when you attack them in that negative way. And therefore, sober up and shoot your videos. You can show us the house you're building. You can show us Nyambo Hansa. You can show us everything else, but not telling lies here on the streets of social media in the name of attracting views. Like that heading of yours, you are saying that Congrats mom has actually influenced David Jr. to be against the father. We never saw anything. Even those receipts you are bringing, it was Dimongo discussing with the dad. It was David Jr. talking with the dad. We never saw Congrats mom anywhere influencing David Jr. to be negative or to be against the father. And she can never do that. These children, we have seen they respect their dad, they respect their mom, and they can never go against their dad and mom. You are the one who has that in mind, because you don't respect anyone. You don't respect grown-ups, you don't respect your mothers, you don't respect your fathers, and you want to talk so badly against people who are older than you. Very, very shameless. And therefore, guys, I think I'll stop at that today. And I say thank you so much for listening to us. See you during the next video, and God bless.